Hey there, everybody. I am Scott Stanton, the original Tombstone Tourist, and we're here in a frosty November in Lowell, Massachusetts, and we're at the Edson Cemetery for, as you guessed it, famous beat writer Jack Kerouac. Now, in the Edson Cemetery, you drive in right through the entrance, you make a left on Lincoln, you come on over here, and we're between 7th and 8th Street, okay? He's right in the middle, you can't miss it. So, let's talk about Jack Kerouac. Now, Jack Kerouac is from Lowell, Massachusetts, and he grew up here, he lived here, and he started his writing engagements here. Then he moved down to New York City and attended Columbia University for a very short time. He dropped out. That's when he started hanging around with a collective, William S. Burroughs, Neil Cassidey, Lesoon Carr, the whole group of people that he termed the Beat Generation. Now, a lot of people think, fun fact, that Beat Generation means something to do with jazz or music or whatever. Now, beat is really synonymous with the meaning that you have no money and even less prospects. And that's who they were. They were just a collective gang of misfits, but very artistic writers, poets, things like that. Now, he hung out with these guys, and from 1950 to 57, he really came into his own as a writer. So he just produced volumes and volumes of manuscripts and books and poetry. Except one problem, he didn't sell a damn thing. Even On the Road, his famous opus, didn't sell. He couldn't get a publisher. Finally, in 1957, On the Road was published, was released, and the New York Times Literary said, oh my God, he is the voice of the new generation. Next thing you know, Jack Kerouac explodes on the national scene, and you know the whole story. Now, so he's starting to become famous, finally getting a little cash in his pocket, hellacious drinking problems. And so he followed it up with the Dharma bums. Now, another fun fact, when Jack wrote, he had not a piece of paper and a typewriter, he had a 10-foot long teletype, and he would feed that in, so he wouldn't have to change pages, so it would keep the flow of thought. And that's how he wrote both On the Road and the Dharma bums. Now, when the Dharma bums came out, it sucked. They savaged it. Horrible reviews. So he kind of just, he hit the road again, went all over the U.S., lived in the Forest Service cabin for a while on his own. He ended up down in St. Petersburg with his third wife and a wicked drinking problem. He was still publishing, not getting a lot of stuff sold. And one day he woke up and went to the bathroom, threw up volumes of blood. They rushed him to the hospital. And basically between the cirrhosis and the bleeding in the esophageal area, he died in about 3 days. They brought his body back up here, and here he is with his family and whatnot. Now, let's talk about Jack's legacy. It's not a good one. Truman Capote famously said about Jack Kerouac, that's not writing, that's typing. And in fact, if you want to get the Dharma Bums, get the CD from the Dharma Bums out of Portland, Oregon, my former hometown. Shout out to the Dharma Bums, great band, you'll love them. Now, so here we are, and so what's left in Lowell? Well, Lowell celebrates Jack Kerouac. You can go to the bar that he and Edgar Allan Poe both drank at, obviously not together. His birthplace is here, his park is here, his grave is here. And if you're not a Jack Kerouac fan, this is the hometown of Betty Davis. So, with that said, we wish you happy trails, and we're going to go back on the road and go find another grave for you. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Stanton, the Tombstone Tourist. Have a great day.